Goloot is a performance marketing company that specializes in helping brands acquire customers via content. So we have a large network of content publishers and partners, from tier 1 editorial media websites to blogs and newsletters. And we power our own native ad units in these articles and on these pages that feature recommended products and offers to the readership that they can, of course, then click on and make their way to their website.
And just geographically, from starting out in Canada, going into the US, the well-trodden path there, what was that journey like for you, expanding out?
We started even in Quebec, which is a very unique market, a French-speaking market drowned in an ocean of English-speaking consumers. The laws are very different in Quebec. The privacy frameworks that you're abiding by when you advertise in Quebec are pretty intense. So I feel like we got like really thick skin as an advertising company, starting in one of the most difficult markets to start in. Every creative a brand sends you, you're like, that's not compliant, that's not in the right language, this isn't right punctuation, we had to change it. So anyway, we had to do a lot of work to demonstrate our value in Quebec. And expanding outside of that market felt really easy. We were like, this is the wild, wild west. There's like barely any rules, no one cares. So, but jokes aside, I think we got to build a really thick skin as a company.
We are the biggest CLO provider in the United States, and we're essentially the technology that aggregates all of the banks, or as we call them, financial institutions, into one place for advertisers. So, advertisers can come and work with Cardlytics and get access to the Chases, to the Wells Fargos, to the Amexes of the world, and really, get their brand offers out there. I think it just comes down to, the financial institutions that we work with. Obviously, those are really safeguarded environments. So there's, rules and regulations, data governance that we need to follow. And as you can assume, those, differ a little in the UK and US market. Otherwise, very similar in regards to, the product offering and what we're able to do with advertisers and driving incrementality.
I'm a lawyer and structured financier by profession. Spent a large chunk of my career in the media and entertainment industry, sort of bridging the gap between creativity and money. We spent a lot of time, my co-founder David and I, working together prior to setting Revving up, doing a lot in mobile gaming. We're doing a load in film and television. And we saw that in the affiliate world, really long supply chains, really complicated. People are waiting far too much time to get paid, but they can instantly see their commissions happening. And there's, if anything's going to frustrate someone, they can see they've got something they're going to get paid for, but they've got to wait months to get paid. So we thought if we could tap into that data set, we could pull it out, then we could fund on it. And so that's where we founded Revving, and we've sort of created this whole new financing tool called transactional-based funding. And that's how we make sure your affiliates and our customers get paid as quickly as we possibly can.
Christian, congrats.
Thank you.
Power 100.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, tell us a bit about GoWish.
Yeah, GoWish is the go-to place for anything gift related, actually. Started only being a wish list, so you could just post the stuff that you wanted, but then it turned into this whole inspiration platform that we really try to focus on. So now, actually, most of the wishes created in our app are actually coming from the stuff that we recommend them. So it's come a long way from just being a wish list platform and then, evolving over the years. A funny thing that we recently discovered that is very different from what we see in Denmark, for example, is that the US users are they feel like it's kind of awkward actually getting a wish list that they didn't ask for. And they also feel like it's kind of awkward sending a wish list to someone when you didn't ask. And it's so funny for us because in Denmark, that is totally normal. You just do that, no one bats an eye. But we found that in the US, that can be quite awkward. So we have a challenge there trying to figure out, okay, how can we change that perception? Is there anything that we can do to change anything in that area?
Well, Melhores Destinos is one of the biggest travel deals in Brazil. We are the pioneer doing this in Brazil. We are doing this for the last 18 years, almost 18 years. So since the beginning, the market's changed a lot in Brazil. So yeah, it's quite challenging moments.
Your social account, I think it's about over 1.5 million followers on Instagram. It's quite a social focused audience, the Brazilian consumer base, isn't it?
So people in Brazil use a lot of social media. We are like something addicted to it. It's not that good, but people, they like to buy on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp as well. WhatsApp in Brazil is like huge.
That's a totally unique thing. You know, it's a good way of doing that, right? Having that WhatsApp, because it must be like a direct connection. You can build a community on it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of unique to the Brazilian market, really, isn't it?
Yeah. In Brazil, like people use WhatsApp for everything. Like they use for business, they use for personal things. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't happen in other countries.
So Rokt is a channel that helps advertisers acquire brands during the transaction moment. And that's essentially the flow that people are in when they've made a choice on a commerce site, they've decided what they wanted to purchase, and they're now following a series of pretty standard steps from the selection cart all through the payments page and the confirmation page. And essentially what Rokt does is that it enables advertisers to engage that very audience at a moment where there is a very high intent to make a purchase. And so imagine you just made a purchase and I incite you to make a second purchase. I don't know how you behave as a shopper, but a lot of people tend to also take that on. When we think about Rokt as a channel that helps transform the commerce media and sort of that transaction moment, the question is, what is that transaction moment going to be? Is it still going to be on the sites and apps of brands? Is it going to exist in LLMs? Is it going to be in other ecosystems? So part of the thinking is, where should Rokt be as we continuously evolve? And then on the flip side of that, or sort of the parallel path to that, which goes back again to the heart and soul of Rokt, is the algorithm that we have, and sort of how can we continuously drive the most relevance to consumers. And because of everything that's happening from an AI perspective, from a LLM perspective, from a data processing perspective, our ability to be even more effective in finding the best thing possible to show someone at a given point in time has been sort of really multiplied.
So we're a global CSS publisher, which means that we run Google Shopping and Bing Shopping campaigns on a CPA basis, which helps merchants that have seen a significant CPC increase year on year for the last couple of years to take back some buying power in the Google Shopping auction. Alongside the two parts of our core business, we also run a price comparison website, and all of this is live in 21 European countries at the moment, which will be extended later this year to 36 countries. And on the side, we're also opening the US, hence we're here in Chicago.
You touched on a couple of trends there, LLMs, product discovery. What's the single biggest thing that you're talking about in the office at the minute, trend-wise?
Yeah, I'm gonna be very funny here and use the buzzword AI. I mean, it's the reoccurring thing, right? And I know everyone talks about it, and everyone is always, is using it in completely different ways. I don't agree with every single way because it's also almost becoming a kind of an excuse for people to not, perform anymore. But what I took away from the Awin think tank, basically, and talking to merchants, is basically that LLM unpredictability. And people that see a lot of affiliate traffic disappear and have a very hard time in generate that traffic back via LLMs. And I think one of the advices I would give to brands like right now is, talk to content creators. Like what you really want to get is people that have a network of other people that are familiar with someone, that are actually trusting the person. And if you could generate that traffic to your website, it's way more likely that people are going to buy than finding other creative ways.